Good morning, my fellow Gambians. It is Monday morning, and this is Momodou Krubally again. Like I had promised that I was going to do a Facebook Live to explain to the Gambians that this Barrow government is so far the most dangerous government that we have had. And the reason we're doing this is because we've gone through this before, where we all stood 22 years later and say, what happened? How did we get here? And the same thing we see is creeping on us again with this government. And it's about time that we start warning our people. It is not pretty. It is not easy. I know we get attacked. I know people will come up with all kind of accusations. But as responsible Gambians, it is very important that when we see these things, that we come out and really express our concerns. Because ever since this government have taken over, Gambians have felt disappointed. And little did I know that we were going to wake up to a standard newspaper, article, front page saying that, Barrow is in negotiations with the APRC. Now, whether true or not, it is something that obviously is brewing out there. People have heard it, people have said it, and now the newspapers are reporting it, but they're not coming out to refute it. See, guys, we have to look at the trend of what's happening here. I'm not at all surprised, whether true or not. Ever since this change happened, we've time and time again seen this government come out to tell us that, in the beginning, Barrow came out after everything that the Gambians did. I was in the thick of it. I know what Gambians did to bring about this government. He stood right out in the open and he said he did all the financing, everything to himself. People felt like that wasn't necessary. It's petty talk, it's little talk. There's no need to, do this. Then, just like Yaya again, Barrow started disappointing the coalition members. And it was very, very, disappointing to hear what our brother Maifati went through. Now, again, we all might have things to say about Maifati, but the fact that a coalition member was being fired and the NIA was directed to be there so that they can walk him out, it says a lot about a person that we all fought for and put in there. This is continuing. It's continuing to brew. Once he got there, just like Yaya Jammeh also, Barrow is building mansions in his home. When he built his mansion in Mankamangkunda, he just went to departments and told them ministries to give him money so that he can go build a police station and all that stuff. But now we see how he's trying to blackmail the National Assembly, telling them that if you don't pass the supplementary bill, Basse is not going to get their market, Brikama is not going to get their market. This is the type of leadership that we have in this country. And if we don't get up and say something, it's going to get worse. We've seen how Mahdi Jabate has been really accused of doing nothing. And then, they, hold him back and forth. They've been doing this with, Dr. Cisse and everybody else. What's his name? The young rapper, I forget his name, Killer Ace, the same thing they did to him. And time and time again, this weekend also we have seen where there's a COVID-19 state of emergency in the country. But who do we see rallying Barrow's people again? Time and time again, this guy is testing the waters. He's testing the waters. And if we don't get up and say something, my friends, we're going to find ourselves in this same situation. The Commission of Inquiries have done their report. It's sitting there. TRRC is going on. The fact that TRRC is going on, there's victims in that country, and there still talks about Barrow and APRC trying to form a coalition, speaks volume. Now, he would never come out and dispute this. They will never come out because to them, all that matters is the fact that they want to make sure that he returns back into office. And the most troubling thing about all of this is that we have a few people that are earning a few hundreds of dollars or maybe a couple of thousands of dollars that are enabling him. This is what we have seen before. When Yaya started killing his people, when he started sending them to jail, when he started killing Gambians, we said they deserved it. Time and time again, we always find an excuse for him. And that is the same excuse that is happening right now. We're trying to find an excuse. Yes, UDP did this. Yes, Mike did that. The fact remains that we have a person that we gave total mandate to as a president. And he has the right to fire and hire anybody. And now the hiring and the firing we're seeing is coming back again. Because everything else that we fought in the last 22 years, it's coming back in our faces. And we have been once more naive to think that, no, it's not going to get there. No, it's going to get better. And I am warning everybody, especially the youths that are there, some of you guys that are really going with Barrow, we have to be very, 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 very careful because some other people did the same thing and thousands were killed. TRRC is in the middle of its findings right now. We're still here talking about a government that we all fought for. I don't know about you guys, but some of us gave it everything else that we've had. There's no accusation under the sun that we have not been through. People have died, the likes of Solo Sandeng, Solo Kuruma, many, many, many other people. The fact that now we have a government who is actually even trying to entertain and work with the government that is still under investigation speaks volumes. And if we don't rise up, we're going to be very, 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 we're going to regret it. That's the fact. And the fact remains that people are like, are you not tired of fighting? We are tired of fighting. But the fact remains, that doesn't make you stop. If you see wrong, you have to call it out. This government, time and time again, disappointing their own people, firing, coalition members and escorting them out. Now, we can come up with all kinds of excuses and say, well, what happened really? No, folks, the fact remains that Barrow is the leader of this government. He's hiring, firing, wanting to do whatever he wants to do. In the middle of COVID-19, when you told the entire nation to sit home and try and resolve and stop the spreading of this virus, Barrow is having a meeting with his people. Gambians are seeing this, but nobody's saying anything. Other political parties are sitting down. Everybody's respecting this. Even the DJs that I know, I've heard audios of DJs that are about to come out and protest, saying that they cannot earn their living. People sit home. The government is earning their salaries. He's earning his salaries. He's campaigning, but he wants everybody to sit home. Now, how is that going to work? That doesn't actually even make sense if you really think about it. And these are some of the little things that we're telling you guys. Time and time again. Now, today, we've seen that a presentation has been done at the National Assembly saying that the supplementary budget, it's July. Already we're talking about a supplementary budget. They're trying to take advantage of this COVID-19. They've taken the funds, embezzled it. We all heard what my father said, how they embezzled this entire funds, millions and billions of dollars, building mansions for themselves. But we still think that we have to find someone else to blame. Up to this day, we're refusing to understand that this is a bad government. This is a government that is trying to imitate dictatorship. And if we let them, the few that are trying to enable them right now, you think it's funny. You think it's getting APRC, or not APRC, but UDP and some of us angry. No, it is not. What you're doing is you're trying to create a problem for a country which took us 22 years the last time to get rid of. And the fact that if you don't stop, you're going to create the same problems for us again. Because if Barrow wins one more time, and Gambians need to understand this, this is not even about APRC or PPP or UDP. If this guy wins one more time, he's going to then be more bolder, and he's going to start really arresting people. Because now what we're seeing is the hiring and firing, dumping you into the foreign services, a department as important as the foreign services. We have this guy dumping people there, firing people for no reason. You bring people into living there, work in the diaspora, coming over there, and 1 year later you're firing them. This is the things that we have to be very, very careful of. Having a government, what does the Barrow'S market have to do with National Assembly passing a supplementary bill? What does the recovery market have to do with it? But see, what he's trying to do again is he's trying to make the URR people, look at the National Assembly members, most of whom are the UDP folks, to stop this bill. Once they stop it, then he's going to go there and try to use that as a campaign. They had no intention. If Barrow had good intention, if this government had good intention, they would have come to the National Assembly and said, listen, we have an emergency situation. These markets have burned on a totally different bill. And then there's other ways that you can do. These COVID-19 funds are there, millions and millions of them, they're there. Why do we have this government using buses that students are supposed to use, that our mothers and fathers are supposed to use to commute, but they're using it for campaigning? They have motor bicycles, they have cars, they have all kind of stuff getting ready for 2021. And this is why I keep telling the folks, especially the URR folks, this guy is fooling us. He's trying to use a couple of thousands here and there to try to buy your votes until he gets into office. Once he gets into office, if you look at the state of URR, the state of the country, there's nothing. Currently in the rainy season, there's water all over the place. Supposedly they're making roads. Everybody that you speak with, people are angry. Life in that country is worse than it has been. And it is time that we get up. This is nothing personal. It's about our country. We did this under Yaya. You thought it was cool. We're going to do it again. The fact remains that this government is the most dangerous government. Right now, they haven't started killing people yet, but what they're going to do is, once he gets a second mandate, we're going to find ourselves where people are, he's going to start killing people, as simple as that. Again, What this government did is the people that he came to power with disappointed them. Started building mansions just like Yahya Jammeh. Started saying that he's one of the richest people ever, and he told us that the amount of money that is in the country, even the ants will know that Gambia has money, but to this date, no development. Builds mansions over there, trying to go, get all these buses. I mean, time and time again, Gambians, what is it going to take for us to understand that we're heading in the wrong direction? Commission of Inquiry, nothing. The Constitution is sitting there, nobody's saying anything about it. The TRRC, in the middle of it, he is working with the people. I mean, killings in that country, corruption, all these government officials building mansions in their country, in their towns and villages, building hospitals. It's just like a wildfire development with no type of coordination. And this is why we are going to start talking. We're going to start coming here and tell you guys exactly that this government is the most dangerous government. And right now they're trying to pretend like they're peaceful. This bill that is in the National Assembly, even the fact that he wants to now break down the National Assembly and not make it along party lines, is the most dangerous bill that we can ever get. This guy came through a democratic process. Political parties are the best democratic processes that we go through because it guarantees us that every 5 years we're going to get some kind of election. When we didn't have that opportunity under Yahya Jammeh, when we knew he rigged it, although we had elections, people were trying to make a coup d'etat every, other second. But the fact that now he's going after those National Assembly members, trying to put these bogus bills over there, trying to pass the bill so that he can weaken the parties and strengthen his party. Then when he strengthens his party, he will take our money to try and dictate on us for the rest of time. Who knows? Because once he's able to get these National Assemblies, break down these strong political parties, they're all going to come under him. And if they come under him, do you think he's going to keep telling them to still be independent? Then at that point, he's going to tell them, you either work with me or I fire you. And then we're all going to become dependent because this is what Yahya Jammeh did from the beginning. And this is why we need to be very careful of this government. Every act that they do, they're there trying to find a way on how to just control us. And we're not going to allow that, guys. It's not pretty. It's not easy to always be talking about these things, but it's our responsibility. And when it's all said and done, just like we did with Yahya Jammeh, when we're doing it, they call us aimless. You call us people that just hate life, and we're successful people that are always complaining. When it passed, everybody said, "Oh, great guys, you guys." We found out. What did we find out? Hundreds and thousands of people were being killed, tortured. Some of them just put into cars and they choked to death. Some of them their necks snapped. And now we're telling you one of the biggest corruptions in the country is under this government. And if we don't stop it right now, guys, we're going to regret. I'm going to continue to come back. It's really early. We got to, fight the LA traffic to go to work. But this is the best time to do this because the kids are asleep again during this COVID-19. But let's not underestimate this government. And those of you guys, some of them are my friends too. I know them. And it's sad. I know you have to make a living. I know life is tough. I know you felt missed out the last time when Yahya was there. Now you have to, the pressure is on you to also cash in. But the Gambia is bigger, man. Your conscience, the fact that you're lying to the people, the fact that you're going in the middle of the night, talking to our mothers, our sisters, and you think it's fun. Mon membe baro de mala, birim baro nada. I had terimal be jamfa. I mulla kudo tata I bunlo manka mankunda. I police station o loje, but be asilo National Assembly nyata I folie kuna man kudo dinante barsi masolondila. I left the political party learning URR file nyokang. Brasula non kudo la purkata marsolo. Brasula non kudo la purkata jumolo manka mankunda. Purkata police station o lo manka mankunda. Purkata fonglo korda lo manka mankunda. Ama foi kuna man kudo na wote kala. Atata le post authority ani department do la kudo taji atata a police station o lo. Basema police station o so. But be asita mansukunda ya National Assembly members ka fole ko nalman ko do dinna basé marché to lola nalman ko do dinna brika marché to abi menk ka be molle ni mol fay ka nyoka ni banko kan wala nantel kale ko ni dañu rosta bakale abi molle fay ka nyoka na ya woke say ni UDP National Assembly man sonna ni bilo pass la abuko le ko yed dépense ta kar killing dépense ya di la musola tilitan karo kon do ay na ya ko da ko do bandale bari iman domor dimasor ko lo intermin tole so sa bo le ke gambara be o ke kanyama wala nyenti ko a lafta political party le tela sai wala na ba flan nyin député be ko almanya na tala je ali député wala na tan nim parti le la muna na tabe la fila député la patil tela pour wolira tea kadu ni député men be tar baroya wol be tar je because he brought any envelope le soto wol be tar je because he be fenni dike la duma wala na data e bokam political party dol to bitaka tea nata je funaya sawo so funaya la patilonde funa bambanda wato ni men diamata ibe sorona ni men diamata ye fa karite kuno la je sembo ta bulu sai sembo ben telle bulu sai nyim passé marché o be damen bi man sakunda na laftalo la no salo mbe ngalo ne kato ay ala kordalo jana birim baro na ra kordal men doron lo birim man sakunda nata ni ministre kordal men doron lo kodo men doron tinyata ni covid-19 ministre fawle lo ta mon nyaato akuma ko ni covid-19 kodo bitaka nyame TRRC felenti ama hani bam folo bi standard newspaper ya ita ko baroni APRC lebe do ko la pour ye carte fay laisse o manke to nyaade bari mo ibe fandu na kulata me alon ko ito to tinyala to kar mol meta nyim folale mol ko nyim manke mo kende de nyil manke mo kende hani may fati fo me alon ko coalition kolo ni abay do ko la bulaita bari ye ena yita pour wol yata na ya bonde ibe mol tala mari jobade nyol be wol tala be mutal don because kuma le fo si mbaade ngam ko ni ma wuli le nyin keda mol la sanji mo ni fula jandi nga kelo nyimba ngaw kelo banne sai baro nata sai ay man saya nene amal la fila bola je abe ko bele kika adu mbaade ngol gambe ol fondin kewol don meli alon ko bije meli amirano ko ya jame wato e man na fulo men domo e man na fulo men soto meli alon ko e boda tamadula inin femmanna wara ya mira ko tumando bije UDP kon wala ba kendela e telbe wulla e be lola baro ko baro man tar gambe da kan e be nyimbe dolmen dara kan mo nen sila jama sekunda 2016 duna man sekunda bele bala fara gambe because nga menke banku nen maake nga bata menke asiara ba kele ina re fe di molla ina fulo di molla bar bi gambe no be batare kan tammi mo beti ani covid-19 mano ya di la molla la ntel lafta man sekunda leje man sekunda me yalon ko fori carte fay fo man carte fay be do ko kala bar fondin kewol men bije be nyinkela e nyine kenu ya jamela wato mo dole wala kenu ya jamela mo batande sanji mo ni fula sa en baro bi da kan ko ya jamela mo ni ala minister juba be mo ya jamela mo ko to lede isamela ko gambe dingol man karan isamela gambe dingol man fenfeni no nyin memba no ma nde molto fula sa en bari inshallah ni wol fana wulta lu mene be molto fula be to fula le wolle sida ibe sirin tamadu la batari je man karan me fanna fa man fenfeni ke mduta gambia bi ibe mola na flo takan e baro de mala puritel fana ye fandema bari mbengala nyi bina la bana nyame na bina la bana nyame wala nyindi ko commissioner inquiry do fana bina la ko ke ibe mutala ntebe mem fu kam bari wole ko im fondin kewol ani nyi sunguli ndol meli alon ko hani kunum fon covid-19 ite ko mobe tenkon mo kana ta do ko la mo la balu nyaabe be mutare bari ite be wulirin ila government no be campaign la gunjur kono ite be wuliri yebbo solta ite be dunka mo kan nin kodo ye silan gamen ko ali ngam mira ba nim mo ko tenkon ate bala na flo shot la bala ko da fen kala ala ko da be lo fana la musol ta fo man kam kunda be ke kunda be jella be internet rodo ndella musol be na ko to no musol be farol to basi musol man lo tanol soro basi dindol man school boss so do baro school boss be free na sato be ko yalla do ni mom bala fam fanne pour ala fam e bala fam mo le ko le ala bakela because nin del sita don del ko ha ndel be kam faari political party dole wala tin ni moy kuriyake wala tan ni mom development okay pero mom fen dine ke bi mo be batare ne gambia luwolo be mo ko le luwolo ko fon mi le be nyum fen ko internet do pour que mo dema luwolo so wala tin del ko diam wato sita le sa du ngalo nyin diam man dia ni ba fala mo ya fu e falde bu ka bataba ni ka batale fam fande bari membe kero wala nyindi ko to nya fo mo si wulay to nya fo mo si wulle to nya fo kadu membe tamaka nyi banko kan ni ma wuli sai batame me motora jabe ko leal bakela wala tan kon si karna jang si karal won katu sa flota ay mol fayla ya jam ya flota ne moti diamula na ay menta kar dantan ay bay na meta na ay bay abe samala mal tule sai na ay bay ke samba foreign service le bari na meta ni mistake te fonga voda ay ko teke fani APRC tunta je ade be kala president on ya jame ke vice president na meta ya jame ya coup d'état den ya jame muru je ko teke ni woketa momo nenta asatala may membe kere so wala na sandi nyanta wulla manjana so na nyel mo ndine nyanta wulla brin sign ngan tewol city na dum politiko ko nga make sure nyim baro government yo bondije na mam bondije nte Momodou Krubally nte nga nyim faale ko ten si muru jam ko ten si o ko diam mbebe nimisala ko lale karu TRRC felenti bi mo la naflo domo kuma mboje ye mol fa kuma mboje na constitution felenti fenfenenti ye hani bi Barrow'me anon ko na diamutale pour 3 years mon ko 3 years ko alinga ko tenkunde sa ko 15 20 years na tamita wala ba fula 30 years wala na nyanta wulla nga diamu nyoye nga tanni fulo fo nyoye nga yite la ko ñi manke parti kelote ñi mu gambe kelote ndel nga démocratie men kelo wala ñi ko pour political party de na yelo e carte o fay bari pour ka fo ko yite mo la na fulo tala ñi na no mo ko e mari te borla ko teke because nga alone ko ni ta da fo dunta man sakunda kono e kana fulo men soro ji aka siya bakele e kana fulo men soro ji aka siya bakele so na fulo tala no ye banko mara wala na abe wala ke kan sai bira janna e dunje fenfenen tambulu amam patilo no bari sai ko do nyimbiye abe mon ni kan ko do la asi ko do di mo danda no ay fo ka alta dum mol kon ali ko dindi la ali ya fo ko be de malale pour ay man sakunda so na man sakunda so ko do wato ata dankuna sanji lulu le nyil kanal kan wati jom momen do ko men ke momen nafa men ke sanji saba abe sirin president yala nawo nafa ke bi wata be nene ferol be nyanta nyine lo nga tonya fo nyoye sayam kilinete ngano ko modo ba flo e ke ko ngad jabo da jam momen man sila nder be dame bi ngan dingol so ngam mamarngol so na dan ta jam bi alhamdulillah rabbil alamin kadu banko kelo nde be sirin america banko men kan jam ni ayen tin subu bono basse santa su ana jangam fan nafa modo le keleta ndel fanam fonsi wulile nga lon ko ñi manke pati kelo de ñi mu banku kelo de kadu biring nga ya jame bondi je islame dron sorta yiru andi men dron sorta ñanta wala continue la bar bi nga president lo sur president me alon ko abe sirinje alafta pati political party be tinyala alafta go national assembly members be pour na kafatema prasi UDP bondi o political party to bondi atara sirinje na wol bondi wati mena mo be sikidina yana ya kadi ba fla ko nimanta ya ante do ko sorla dictatorship kana wonyala wala nan tel kale ko ali tenko momen na da president yala ay korda sabalo ala sado kono solar energy bije ay police station loje ay jumo loje ay bosol sang ay motorcycle sang nyimbe mun de la ko dole ta abe koringal ma abe korinta ma abe korintuna be ma ko nyimbe man ke adon baro la ko dole bara nyin ko do be tale man sa kunda ko do bari bebe sirin hani bi ngam manna diam abe nyin ko dole takan asia fan londi je na meta nsina kay jongote alafta walla adon tel membe tamadula antel men kadiyam amaki ko hajute molla de kan tel sindele no nga trasiri jam sindele no nga ndingul topoto bari baluwo fana manke wode baluwo menti wala ni fan nafa isi koma jube modo fana dema wala nan konsi wole ni video jam fana bugala fina video le jam fa bari mol men bije mbadingul fulawol mo dantanul men bije ibenna mol ni la ibenna musul ni la wala ñanta malula wala ñante fan jubel bakere ite mari tele duna kenola ya fako itebe tan bulari molle no madon pour kana fulo domo ni diam ya fako ite mu tole ulti munana na fulo domo duna man ki wote duna menti wala ñenti ko yewuli yello to ñakan yewuli yemol dema kata alay wala na alaka mol son yewuli yekele molye na nafulo men biye na musulme na kolto hani sansan wata sodno la jiyo ta sodno la courant de caring 24 hours jiyo te caring Gambia hani bi tilobe malari luolo million lulu fu million tamfa ni atundi je si banko be sola no bari ta kala because ni ake ni yirwata dronte dankunna across dron idingu men 40 momen bebe depende ma sakunda kan ni din 40 so lumena ya fanna fa wolunne ila dependence ka bo ma sakunda imal lafina dinu la 40 la ite al dingul karandi la ite bosol di la dingul la pour eta je ite bukol di la bar ni campagne wato sita ibe bosol talale ibe kodo talale na alka munana ma kodo tanu na taro ni laftal de mala e banko da wala ali ngam fanyi ni ka wala munana ma kodo tanu e banko da sanji saba komando pour aller yirwa bar be si wuli e wuli kilindi yalla wuli fula de yalla na ali adomo dron ya jikindi ya dondi covid-19 be kere be nyimitin balkela molbe sasare nal sasara loptanti je bar ni tel sasara e ka dum plenol le kono ida wala na briela kordalo manka mankunda ita be ke kuntola na musolbe na kolto ndebe bara haare na musolle me bara faare na molle me be batare sandolto bare ni natra tel dro no mankiawo ndebe dame bi alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wala na konsi wuli nga yita mol men ko mol men katar hadanyola iba yi mira ko ben tele hadani kan man tarantel hanaji kan kadum delladuna alhamdulillah rabbil alamin bi ala demaro taw tumando bije ko be sono yalal bare modol men bije gambe men be batare mi la lon ko dokute bulu balobe ko reali bulu mon me yalon ko loptante bulu mobe fala mobe kuranding karante kerinje bare hani bin si bosolje be bora wala na dolto fu mari sile yemira yabo je muna keda ñing membe dundinte kam bi abe wuli flodi lanna kunu ñim mantar fe ñim manke fendi ay ñing ko do min dole ñande fañini kala wala baken karna o kudo dila jannin politiko isi anen maneya politiko si ranate ya adunta o kudo dila ni ado mo yela carte o dila itaje la ko rek fesanji lolu ko rek mi wala fuka wala nan ko ali ngo politiko le bang ali ngo politiko le bang gambia ko nga yita ñilla ko nga ñimman sekunda tangi bondi man sekunda ni ay banko bita ñaata wala ñindi ko ni man sekunda naati man doko ke ye bondi je ñin silon men bije be nga jele silo binya basse fatu do silo sanji saba amandara next year ndal nga fo be godron bon naje pour kala carte ke sol solo fen ni bije sign next year ni na day ba talale ya be partage ya be dara tariya ke doron janni sama ina ko ke ñaane ne ni o jetro carte fay ni afay dron pam ite itina ko rek fo sanji lulu ko rek man la fi ñina la wala na be kilo la pour kan na banko fale mbal be tentula mbal jayla folks, to you guys, the youths, some of you guys, I know you, that are going there in the middle of the night, especially in Basse. Some of you guys that are bragging, saying that you're politicians. Some of you guys that are bragging, saying that now it's your time. Listen, we've seen that. We've seen the Jame folks do that. At one point, we all knew that they were heading in the wrong direction. But today, you want to be like those people. You need to look at yourself and understand that what you're doing is deceiving your own people. You're not getting better. You're not succeeding. You're not smarter than people. What you're doing is you're dumb. You're bringing your country down. You're increasing the suffering in our country. And you're creating more problems for us as a nation. Gambia is a very small country. If we all hunker down, we should be able to pave that country if we want it with gold. But they will not do it because they want us to continue to depend on them. And with some of you guys, the few, especially some of you that were in the diaspora, that they are now quiet. We've seen this game before. We've seen it before, where people go, they beg, people go kneel down, begging Jammeh just to be part of the system, for them to be rejected. Once Jammeh gets what he wants, that's exactly what's happening right now. All of you guys are important. They're gonna talk to you, they're gonna give you jobs, they're gonna do everything, make you believe that we're family, sing kumbaya and all that stuff. Once they get what they want, all of you guys, especially those of you in URR, the few that I've spoken with, this guy has promised you everything, from airline tickets to further education to everything. It never happened. See, we don't need to start talking because we all know the disappointments that you have gone through. We all know that there is still that little hope that you think, if I just continue to enable him, if I just continue to support him, I might just get that job. I might just get that school. I might just get that visa. I might just get that help. It's not coming. It is not coming. The only way that it's going to come is by when you hold your government responsible for their lack of development. The only way you're going to get better in life is when you hold your government responsible to make sure that the funds that are coming in are invested back into you, into the community. Gambia has earned millions, billions of support. Nowhere to be found. So I would like to stop here. I'll be back again. I'll continue to tell you this. We've done this before. We're going to do it again until we get it right. And inshallah, we're going to get it right. I have that feeling because there's enough of us out there that care. And if we have to mobilize again, we will do it again. Thank you so much, and you all have a wonderful week. Thank you.